Joe. God, fizzen me beke. Join me beke. Like, comment, share, subscribe, repost, do everything you can to help a sister. So it's so lovely to have you on our show today. Thank you so much. So thank you everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm Dolako Mayowa, your favorite host, your host that made the source. And as you know, we are currently on a journey in 10 days of back. And we said on this journey, we are going to be bringing some people here to share what God has done for them in this year. We are counting our blessing one after the other. And today we are talking about growth on family, family bond, what God has done this year in our family. So, and we have our beautiful guest, our lovely guest, Kidola. You should introduce ourselves. So we are with her and we have ideas. So, Ma, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chidima Ize, the CEO of A Balance. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a coach. I talk about women finding their balance with their business, their careers, and their family. Very important about family because you can actually have it with your family and not get it with your career. But it is much more important. We keep talking about that balance because we know that we need both of them. Thank you.
Okay, so before we continue our games, I'm going to continue with our question. So you said this year God the EP and funding time to Ali. So what are the points that you delivered to talk to someone? And also you paid read it, like can you recommend this book even if I watch them out there that I'll say?
Books will recommend. The books I read this year, I read books on business. I read these books on business, these emails, why businesses in Africa, why our businesses are not really sustainable. I read books on business, read books on relationship. I all that like this men season. I think men see more of blue, women in pink. There's this type of book I read. It's a foreign book. So all I read books on relationship, I read books on business, I read books on personal development. And in the process of reading about personal development, I've started to read about career growth and creating value. So it's not until you are a doctor, it's not until you a lawyer, there is all a professional, you just there is always something everyone of us have to give. So it's for you to locate it. So those are really.
So the second question was that was there a point in time that you talked to someone that you know that this particular I need to talk to other people that comes back or something about it in my family and all of that?
Hey, yes. There was a time I had to talk to people, so with the type of thing, I'm somebody that I express myself, and I always say that. See, they say everybody in Malaysia is rich, and you are just that one person that is not rich or suffering. So I have these, let us not just cloud ourselves and say, everybody is this. If you are not happy, speak out. So the time that I was not happy, I reached out to one or two friends. I tried to see their reasoning. But one thing I also know is that we all have different experiences. And sometimes you could actually tell somebody that, my husband does not lift a pin. And the person will be like, if my husband even licked the floor, what's peradventure? That person's husband might even the one washing her clothes. See, each family dynamic is different. So, in as much as we still reach out to people, you also check. Ma- there are people that their husbands can't sweep the house. No need to now force that man to. Yes. You know why I said no need? It is not you that should project it that is compulsory. It should be him and his wife to resolve that.
Yeah.
So if the wife is not happy, she should speak to her husband concerning it. Meanwhile, there are men that if you need 10,000 naira, they will give you 20K. So I believe that that money, maybe because me too, I'm a gift person, is also covering up. Meanwhile, someone else is, the husband is washing. But when she needs 10,000, the husband say, babe, I no get. So finally, family dynamics are different. So after speaking with my friends, I still spoke to my pastor's wife. There was a time I spoke with my pastor. Fine, you know why when I speak to pastor, I also spoke to pastor's wife because the way a man sees things is different from a way the woman sees it. So I was able to understand, okay, this is how men think. I also went to speak to my pastor's wife, Dr. D. She's a psychiatrist. So psychology, everything put in place. Then I still had to come back to the drawing board, then still go back to God. And the way I talk to God, the Holy Spirit, I just say, this is how I feel. I may be wrong, I may be right, just kindly. So I was able to find a way to walk around most of the challenges at that, and the Holy Spirit also gave me wisdom on what I should do.
Yes, okay. So before we go to the final section of our questions, so let's do another please section. Okay. Okay. So another one is the a fear that you're possible.
A fear about what I think. Well, I've never really been a people pleaser, but I I grew up seeing myself as how everybody likes me. So right from primary school, people like me. So I think when I got married, I also still wanted to fit into the good in love. But recently, I just noticed that it can't fit into everybody's good way. So you just have to be yourself. So it's not really, yeah, I just grew up being the art of it. Yes, I realize that I can't kiss everybody. I'll still be that good lovable person.
Okay. Another question here is that you finish the sentence. This season of my life feels like
Freedom. Freedom. As like freedom. This is
serious to cover.
serious. No, I know what I mean by freedom. See, when you if there is something I learned this year, see, when you learn to say no and you don't feel bad about something about me, it's freedom. It's freedom. This is Christmas. There are so many things I've said yes to, and there are so many, many things I've said no to. And I'm happy now, free. I'm happy.
Okay. So another one. Do you prefer to be understood or be accepted?
For me, I'll prefer to be understood.
Than being accepted.
Yes, because if you can understand,
It's universal.
yes, it's real. Okay, so I think when you are understood, it is easier for you to be accepted. Yes, that's right.
Very good. Are you a money person or a mind person?
In money, they say, ah, it, it depends on what I have to do. Oh, I'll say I'm a morning person though. I see. It depends on what I actually have to do, because if I have deadlines, maybe and I don't complete, I'll go to bed early. So you need to love the night pay properly again. Yeah.
But this is the last game session. What is your favorite weekend activity?
My favorite that I would have loved to do every weekend. I think I like
My cooking or seeing.
okay. I think I like maybe playing. Actually like if I can have my every weekend maybe first when my son not go to a mistake. It was like see it's kind of after working for the week to relax. So I believe maybe relax, we watch a movie. For this, I'm not even really more of a movie place, but I might just watch short skits. Then I also use reading to unwind.
Okay, thanks. So the last section is Echoes to give is word of encouragement and a word of advice for women out there that are just changing their home and they were about to start or they're already in it. That what should do to make sure that their family bond still stop is stronger and go higher than supposed to be.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, for me, what I'll say for women that are already in the marriage is see, marriage for me is not to be endured, it's to be enjoyed. So when I use that word is to be, is that there is something that is falling short. Speak up, speak to your spouse. And then when I say speak up, nobody's saying vent, nobody's saying run. Learn to communicate. And as you're communicating, also try to work on being a better version. Because sometimes women, we also have sometimes we see marriage as a poverty alleviation program. So you just get married, the man sorts everything, so we are not growing. So I think you need to communicate your expectations and you also need to work on yourself. Then for those that are not yet and the marriage, you are planning to get married, planning to get settled, it's still the same thing. Marriage is not a poverty alleviation scheme. You have to work on yourself, work on your spine. Both of you should work to build the type of bond you want. What works in your own might not work in my own. Or it's okay. What matters is both of you are happy. Enough of saying this is how our fathers did it. the way the fathers did it then and the way it is being done now, it cannot work. Majority of our mothers then were full-time mothers. So that's why you have to be very careful about maybe taking your issues. The first person is communicate with your spouse. And if you're not married yet and you are seeing red flags, things you can't deal with, I think it's what how you communicate and everybody go their separate ways. And if you can resolve it, fine. So marriage is to be enjoyed, not endured. So work on your own, talk to your spouse, pray to God and walk around it so that it's a peaceful place. You can go home, can relax, not start that basic. So many challenges outside. You see come home and the home is still a battlefield. No, it's not worth it.
So help us to make a shout out to your family. Yeah.
Okay. I want to say a big shout out to my family, starting from my husband, darling us that his name is Ace. I want to say thank you to my children, to Nazar Joy, goodness and praise. I want to say lobby shout out to my mom, to my sister, to my brothers. I want to say I love you. Thank you so much for your support. And I keep saying I have two sisters that they are not my sisters by blood, but they are still. I want to say thank you to Lele Teresa. I want to say thank you to Joy Adebayo. They are my soul sisters. I do not take them for granted. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for joining us on this show today. Help us to like, comment, and share. This is something that every family should watch. We are thankful to God for how the fire has brought us this year, and for how fire has brought our family, for keeping them together. This is what every woman should also learn from. So help us to share, help us to subscribe. See you in another video.
All right. Well,